Time management is so important because when you have a sense of being able to manage your time, you're essentially managing your life. And so that's very empowering, and further reminds you that you are in control of your destiny. So, examples of time management is preparing your schedule for the day or for the week. I think it's important to know that, there are certain deadlines or certain things that you have to achieve throughout the day. And so it's important to go ahead and mentally prepare yourself for those things. And so you can create the schedule. And when creating that schedule, just making sure to implement time for yourself, because I think that is important. Sometimes we kind of get through the day and then we kind of, run out of steam. And that's because we haven't really given ourselves time to take a pause, and just either rest or just meditate or just give ourselves time to kind of, woosah, and then come back in and, continue owning the day. And so I think that is a great way to get started with time management. Also, just making sure to prioritize. I think that prioritization helps us to make sure that we're hitting the goals we want to without many distractions. We know that social media is a thing. We know that there are different things that can take us out of the present and focus. And so I think that when we prioritize, we essentially say, okay, these are the things I have to take care of first so that I know that they're taken care of. And then I can move forward with doing, other things that I enjoy. Another way we can definitely focus on time management and improve our time management is realizing our goals. I think that when we are intentional about setting goals and focusing on those goals, that it helps us automatically say, okay, we know that this is a priority for us. This is a passion for us. And so we want to successfully achieve that. And so we have to be very intentional about how we use our time towards that goal. And so that's really important. And it helps with making sure that we are managing our time well enough to focus on that goal and then move forward to the next goal. Another way that we can work towards improving our time management is making sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Self-care is so important. And remember, time is, it waits for no man and is very limited. And so I think that with knowing that, making sure that we're putting ourselves in that time frame and making sure that we're pouring into ourselves is a part of time management. If we want to be successful in the goals we set for ourselves, we have to make sure that we are well. And so that means that practicing self-care daily isn't just as important as, working towards those goals you want to achieve in life. And so what this time management piece would look like. So for example, I think that if we are setting the tone for the day, if you are a type B person, such as myself, I have to start very early. And the reason I do that is because I procrastinate sometimes. And so I know that if I give myself even more time up front, that I'm saying, okay, I'm up early. I want to make sure I'm planning my day. I want to make sure that if there are certain deadlines or if there's important things that I need to get done on this day, that I'm giving myself enough time to kind of be intentional on focusing on those things and ways to carry out them successfully. And so I think that as I navigate through my day, that I'm checking in, and these things are written down. I'm a very visual person, so I'm going to have my calendar, a physical calendar there with everything written down, everything that I need to do. I even write down lunch because sometimes I have days where I will be so busy and I'm just looking at the computer and I'm working through things and I forget to take a lunch. And so I'm literally focusing on everything. I'm checking each thing off of the list to make sure that I'm working through the things that I need to get done for the day. And so time management for me looks like checking off boxes and just making sure that visually, and once I'm seeing that I've successfully achieved those goals, it really makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel confident that I'm fully capable of doing this. Even though I do have some trouble with procrastination and things of that nature, I've found a resource that actually works for me and is a good fit for me to help me keep on track. And so those are the things that I would say are helpful for me. But there are other tools out there, such as apps, or maybe even setting your alarm or scheduling things on your calendar on your phone and setting reminders, things of that nature that can be helpful in helping you manage your time and setting yourself up for success. Okay, so if you are one to be concerned about starting this journey of improving your time management, I believe it's important to start small. Really setting those attainable goals, right? And being able to choose the one that is really getting in the way of your goals at this time. And it could be one thing. And so if it's, waking up on time each day, if it's, you want to work out more often throughout the week, but, haven't been able to identify the perfect time for that, really just trial and error and figuring out like different ways and testing them out. I think it's really good to start there. And then once you feel like, oh, yes, this feels great, then you can, kind of work towards building on top of that. And so it's more realistic when you're starting small, and then you just kind of build on from there. And so that sets you up for success. And I think that once you get to that point where you feel comfortable in that, move to the next thing to work towards improving. All right. So now that we've talked about time management and ways to improve that, I think this is a great time to segue into understanding and adjusting our strengths and weaknesses.